Welcome to day 14 of the 30-day challenge. Today we're starting in a seated position. I'm seated in Vajrasana, just like this. If you can't do this, if this hurts your knees, your ankles, sit cross-legged, sit on something for support. Doesn't matter how you sit as long as you're just in a seated position. All right, close your eyes once you get comfortable and flip your palms up, resting on your thighs. Lengthen the spine and lengthen the back of the neck. So, in other words, bring the chin down ever so slightly. Tune into your breath. In through the nose and out of the nose. Every time you exhale, let your shoulders soften completely. And begin to blink your eyes open. Reach your arms up. Just get really long. Feel how both sides of your rib cage expand, like your rib cage is pulling apart and there's space between each rib. Then take your right hand down to the right and your left arm up and over for a side bend. Move your right shoulder down and away from your ear. Rise back up to center. Inhale. Exhale, side bend to the left. Rise back up to center. Cactus your arms, but don't back bend. Draw the ribs inwards. And take a twist to the right. Deep breaths. As you inhale, there's a slight lift. As you exhale, you twist a little more. Good. Come back to center. Again, notice if your ribs are flaring forward and draw them in. Twist to your left. As you inhale, you lengthen. As you exhale, there's more of a twist. One more breath like that. Come back to center. Reach your arms all the way up and release your arms down by your sides. Roll your shoulders 3 times back. Good. Find stillness now and drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Just a brief neck stretch. Bring your head back to center and drop your left ear gently to your left shoulder. Bring your head back up. Drop your chin down to your chest. Tilt your head to the right. So your chin is still down and then there's a slight tilt. Right ear to the right shoulder. Bring your head back to center and then drop your left ear to your left shoulder and just observe, notice maybe if one side feels different than the other. Bring your head back down to center. Bring your head up and make your way into tabletop. Tuck your toes, come up onto your fingertips, walk your hands back, and then lift your knees up off the ground and drop your heels as close to the ground as you can. So you kind of are stretching the front of the shins, or the front of the ankles rather. Bring your chin down to your chest and make yourself into a little ball. Then set your knees down on the ground and come upright, standing on your knees. Start to lean back, reach back either for your feet or just have your hands floating. So you don't have to touch your heels, but you can reach back. Your hips continue to push forward as you go back with your upper back, right into a Ustrasana, camel. Then rise back up, come back down into tabletop. Take your knees wide, come into child's pose. Take 3 deep breaths in child's pose. Let your forehead rest on the ground, and maybe you let your head rock side to side. Rise back up into table and make your way into downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to the back of the mat until you're in a forward fold. Lift up halfway. Inhale. Exhale, fold back down to the ground. Rise all the way up into standing. Reach your arms all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Keep your arms up, sit right into chair pose. Bend the knees. Take your arms straight back behind you. Shift forward and lift your heels up if you can. Then put the heels back down. Reach your arms up, chair. Again, arms back, shift forward, lift your heels. Heels down, reach your arms up. One more time. Arms back, shift forward, heels lift. Heels down, arms up. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale. Walk your hands all the way out to plank. Lower down halfway for chaturanga. Hold for 3, 2, press back up on 1. Again, lower down, hold, 3, 2, 1, press back up. And again, lower, hold, 3, 2, 1, press back up. Now take your hands a little bit wider, setting up for push-up. So different than chaturanga because now the hands are wider than the shoulders. And let's do 10 push-ups here. You can use your knees if you need to. Count on your own. You got it. Almost there. After you've done 10, come into child's pose again. And just notice how quickly now the energy has gone up from just doing those push-ups. All right, now we'll rise all the way up to sit again in Vajrasana with the knees underneath of you, feet tucked under. Take your arms out wide. And then round your spine and bring your fingertips together and curl, basically doing cat pose. Open up, do the opposite. Shoulders back, open the chest and reach the arms back. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. One last time. Exhale, round. Interlace your hands. Flip your palms up as you come all the way upright. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands back down to the ground and make your way into down dog. Shake out your head. Bring your feet together. With control, lift your right leg all the way up. Square your hips by drawing your left hip back ever so slightly. Inhale. Step your foot outside of your right hand on your exhale. Take a moment to shift front to back in lizard. And find stillness and either stay here or put your forearms on the ground. Keep your back knee lifted. If your forearms are on the ground, plant your hands like you're doing dolphin pose. Really firm up your back thigh. Regardless of where you are, press your left thigh muscles to the sky for 3, 2, 1. Come back up onto your hands. Set your back knee down and straighten out your right leg for half splits. Shift forward again into lizard. Inhale. Exhale. Shift back half splits. Inhale. Shift forward. Exhale. Back. Stay here. Lengthen the spine. Draw your tailbone back, so you're tilting your pelvis forwards. You just draw your tailbone towards the back of the mat. And walk your hands forward at the same time. Drop your head between your triceps, between your upper arms. So you're getting really long with your spine. Good. Now lift back up, plant your hands. Lift your right heel up and swing it back behind you into one-legged table. Reach your left arm forward. And just like we did the other day, take your right leg out to the right and your left arm to the left at a diagonal. Keep the ribs drawing in. Core is strong. Bring it back to center. Bring your elbow and knee together. Squeeze it in. Inhale, extend back out. Again, inhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, extend, stay here. Bend your right knee. Reach your left arm around and grab onto the right foot. And if it feels like too much right now or the foot's not there for you, just keep everything extended. If you do have the foot, kick the foot into the hand and lift up for tiger pose. For today, option to turn open to the left. Now re-extend your arm and leg. Inhale, exhale, tabletop, downward facing dog. Bring your feet together, lift your left leg up. Anchor the right hip back. Breathe. Inhale, step your left foot outside of your left hand on your exhale. And just shift front to back first. So welcome in the sensation into the hips. You'll feel it probably on the outer left hip and the front of the right hip. And then find stillness and put your forearms down or stay on your hands. If your forearms are down, plant your hands firmly down into the ground. Press your forearms so that your chest lifts a little bit and engage your right thigh muscles. Lengthen the back of your neck. Come back up onto your hands. Put your back knee down on the ground. Rise up onto your fingertips. Untuck your back toes and straighten your left leg. Inhale, bend your left knee. Exhale, straight. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straight. One more time. Inhale, bend and shift forward. Exhale, straighten, shift back. Stay here. Flex your left foot, left pinky toe draws back, left hip draws back. Lengthen the spine and walk your hands forward and let your head drop between the upper arms. Come back up onto your hands. Plant down through both hands. Lift your left heel and slowly swing the left leg all the way back behind you so you're in one-legged table. Reach your right arm forward. Knit the ribs in. Take your right arm to the right, left leg to the left. Hold. Bring it back to center. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee, squeeze it in. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, squeeze it in. You got this. Inhale, extend. Stay here. Bend your left knee. Reach your right arm around. Grab onto the foot. Kick the foot into the hand and lift. And if you're not doing that, keep everything extended. Now re-extend your arm and leg, get long, and put your hand and knee back down onto the ground, and downward facing dog, hips go up and back. Shift forward into plank, lower down all the way to the ground. Untuck your toes, and take your arms down by your sides, lift your chest and head and arms and legs up for locust. Option to bend your knees. Grab onto your feet and kick up for bow pose. Totally optional. Release your legs. Use your hands as a pillow. Rest your forehead down. Rock your hips side to side. Good, then plant your hands underneath your elbows, tuck your toes, lift your thighs, and press all the way up to plank. Inhale, downward facing dog on your exhale. Feet together, lift your right leg up. Inhale, step your right foot between your hands, exhale. And on your inhale, rise up into high lunge. Bring your hands to your heart and twist to your right, hook your left elbow over the right knee, press the hands together, engage your back thigh muscles so your back leg is super straight. Breathe. Keep your twist. Put your back knee down onto the ground and come forward and reach your arms up for Anjaneyasana. Grab onto your elbows, make a frame around your head, lift up and lean back for a back bend. Rise back up, reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground, lift your back knee. Step your back foot up and in for pyramid. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, and walk your hands forward, just like we did in our half splits variation. Spread your toes of your right foot and lift through the inner arch of your right foot as you draw your right hip back. Then look forward and make your way into standing splits. Lift your left leg up. See if you can grab onto your right ankle with your right hand and maybe with both hands and balance. Put your hands back down. Step all the way back to low lunge. Step back to one-legged plank. Keep your right leg lifted and reach your left arm forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank. Downward facing dog. Feet together. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. Step your foot between your hands on your exhale. Rise up into high lunge. Bring your hands to your heart. Lift and lengthen and twist to your left. Hook the right elbow over the left thigh. Firm up your back thigh. Breathe into the twist of the spine. Make sure you're not gripping with your left toes. Slowly put your back knee down on the ground. Face forward as you reach your arms up for Anjaneyasana. Grab onto your elbows. Lift up and lean back for a back bend. Rise back up, reach your arms up. Bring your hands down to the ground. Lift your back knee. Step your back foot up and in, pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Parsvottanasana. Lift your right leg up for standing splits. Lift it high. And either stay here or grab onto your left ankle with your left hand. And maybe also your right hand. Balance. Do your best. It's okay if you fall over. Bring your hands back down. Step all the way back to low lunge. Plant your hands and step back to one-legged plank. When you're ready, reach your right arm forward and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your hand and foot down. Downward facing dog. Set your knees down onto the ground and we'll sit on the heels. Just like the way we started. Palms face up. Close your eyes. Take 2 sips of breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Again, inhale 2 times. Exhale. And again, in, and let it go. Feel the space around your shoulders and your neck soften. Observe the essence of stillness right here, right now. Bring your palms together at your heart. And let's bow together in gratitude to close out this practice.